Hi guys, welcome back for another video. I'm not doing a build today. Today I'm just doing a, I don't know, I guess kind of a review. And what I've got here is the Cougar turret mesh case. This case, I chose it really because of the mesh up front here. Let's take a look at it here. I got it kind of tore apart here so we can have a look at the inside of this thing. You'll notice, see how it's kind of shiny there? There's kind of like a screen going on here, a real fine mesh screen. Then there's some mesh here on the sides. And of course the mesh up front. So that's really nice. If you're looking for a case that has got a lot of good airflow going into it. This one, it looks like, you know, there's some little tabs right here where I got my thumb. You can take those, pop them off. I'm not trying to do this one-handed. But, yeah, see that? You can actually take that off, which I might do on the build I got coming up. And what I'll end up doing is tearing it apart and maybe painting that black front mesh just for something to do, just to kind of change it up a bit, because I'm not really one to take a case and leave it normal. Let me set this down to the side here and we'll take a look at the rest of the stuff here on this case. Now we can see with the top panel, or with that front bezel off, you can see the top panel a lot better. As you notice, the top panel stays on with that front bezel, so that's nice. I love that. It makes cleaning these things a lot easier. I hate it when you get a computer and you pull off that front bezel, like, you know, to clean up the grill up front, and then this is connected to it, so then you got to fuck around with your wires and what have you, and you don't have to do that on this one. So I like that. That's a plus for this case. As you can see right here, we got openings for 3 120 millimeter fans, or you can also put 2 140s in there as well. On the front here, there was actually 2 of these. This is to hold your SSD drive, or 2.5-inch drive, whichever. And there's another one that went here too, but I took it off and I put it in back, and I'll show you that one here in a minute. The front of, or the side of this right here has got the Cougar logo on there with the little cat going on. As you can see, there's lots of slots, you know, a couple slots there. They don't have the rubber on the sides to pad them down, but it doesn't seem like they're very sharp. Looks like they're rolled. Up here, you can see there's room for a radiator, and there's actually a hard drive that fits in there, and I pulled that out. And here it is right here. To get this out of this case, it was just a matter of taking out 4 screws from the bottom, and there they are. And then there's also a screw up on top. Now this thing is, if I flip this over on the bottom here, as you can tell, that you got a couple holes here, a couple holes here. So this is actually movable. You can move this. Let's see, which way does this go in? Like this. Up here, or you can move it down over here to give yourself a little more room up front there for a radiator. So that's kind of nice. So it'll stop right about there and go to right about there. So plenty of room for your radiator. You could even run it in a push-pull configuration. I noticed with the space that's in here with this, that goes there, and the space that's in here, you could absolutely go, you know, fan on this side, radiator, fan on the opposite side, which is a push-pull. And here's that back part that I was talking about with those SSD racks. Like I said, this is the one that I took from the front. It just unscrews with the little thumb screw, and you can mount it right there. There's a slot for another one right there. So you could actually get, if I'm counting correctly, 6 drives in this thing 4 with the way it comes from Newegg or Amazon, wherever you buy this from. But I suppose you probably could get some of these at the Cougar website. I don't know. I haven't looked. But if you wanted to put more drives in there, you absolutely could. I see a couple places here to screw something down. I have no fucking clue what that is. If I was going to guess, probably an RGB controller, I would suppose. Probably Cougar's RGB controller gets screwed into there. I don't know. I'd have to check into it to verify it. Not that I care, but, you know, just so you know they're there. But, and then we have our tie down points, and let's see here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8 tie down points right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tie down points on the main frame of the board. 1, 2, 3, count them all. So that's not too bad. At least they give you plenty of room to tie your cables down. Let's check the space right there. Not too wide. Let's get out the ruler to give you an idea how much space is in here. I got my ruler right up against it. Says 1 point, we'll say, let's see, about 1 centimeter, maybe a little bit more. I mean, if you take into account that little gap between the end of the ruler and to the 1 mark on the ruler, maybe we'll say 1.3 centimeters of depth between the wall here and the back. And then the back, where the hell did I put it? I think it's put it in the box, is absolutely flat. So you better make sure your wires are stuffed in here on the back part of that wall if you're going to put that in there. But there is, like right here, you can kind of see that it's, I don't know if we can get that on camera here. It kind of slopes inward, so there's a little more depth here. From about here where this goes down into there, and we can measure that real fast too. Looks like about 2.5 centimeters of depth in that space. So I would imagine that's where you'd probably be wanting to stuff your power wires for the main power. Let's check up on top here. If we can get that. Let me get my flashlight so we can see what this case is going to be like to work in. Pretty good gap there to get your EPS wires through and your fan wires and what have you. That's only that one right there in that spot there that I'm zooming in on that you got to work with. But that looks like it's a pretty good amount of space there, so this shouldn't be too bad to work in. And that's what I like about cases when I choose them is how fucking hard are they to work in? Some of them, they're just a bitch. And ones like this ain't too bad. Mainly if they got that EPS going on there. That really, really helps because, a lot of people like myself and others, they like to do cable mod extensions maybe. And maybe you got some controller boxes for RGB. I mean, there's all kinds of crap. You know how it is when you make a computer. The back part here, you'll notice the power supply gets stuffed in there with a little plate. And let me dig it out here from the container. So you, of course, would mount your power supply onto this and then slide it in through the back. Ain't no way, because I tried. Look at this small gap right here. Ain't no way that power supply is going to fit going in through there. I mean, that's only, about let's see, 2.5 inch gap there. Not much at all to get your power supply in, so you have to take it in through the back. Let's see, got 120 millimeter on the back there. 7 PCI slots. This is just kind of a broken motherboard that I have in here. I'd only put it in here just to give you a visual of this case. This isn't the board that's going in here. This one's got some bent pins up there. This one's trash. So, but it makes a good little demo board for doing stuff like this because it's, you know, ATX. So it fits the whole inside there. So you can see what we're working with. Let's see. Down here, what do we got? One little slot right back there that the wires will come up from, which is okay, I suppose. Usually, you know, like your audio will go like in this corner. On this board, it's up here. I mean, not that that makes any difference for anything, but I kind of maybe would have liked to have seen one right next to that power supply. No big deal. I mean, to run a wire from there to in the back, but if you're really into hiding the wires, it's something you want to watch out for. It might not be the greatest for that, but not too bad. Up on top here, as you can see, we can do two 120s or two 140s. So you're talking, what, 3 120s up here or 2 140s there. 2 up here, 1 back there. So yeah, you can do, you know, 6 fans total in this case. And from the way it looks and the gap that you got there, here's that inside view of that where the EPS would come in. That's a pretty good gap. You know, you can't ask for much better than that on these cheaper cases. Let's see what else we got here. We got the screen going on up here. And then one thing that I noticed on these up here, you can see that the screws, these take, you know, like the regular long screws, and they only give you 4 in the kit, even though this thing will fit, you know, 3 fans. And if you're going to put 4 screws in each fan, that's, you know, 12 screws that you would need. That's kind of messed up. That's doesn't really leave much for putting fans in, but they did make up for it. If you look like right below where this screw hole is, see on every one of them there's a little hole there. These ones here's got 2 little holes here, move up, a little hole there. So you could, you know, at least use the standard, let me grab one real quick so you know what the hell I'm talking about. One of these standard screws for the fan will at least go in there, in addition to using the screw-in type that are more thin. They're in the kit here. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, you can kind of see one. Here's one. Here it is. See it real long. There's 4 of them in there. So yeah, you definitely could just get, you know, your plain fans in there without any special screws to make them. I see a couple little things right here. I haven't figured out what the hell that is for. I mean, usually when I look at a case, you can usually tell what some of this stuff is supposed to be used for, even though it might not come with it. Like right here, this is, you know, to run wires through, evidently. And, you know, a couple of these holes here, you can usually guess that's probably going to be where it attaches right here on the back, you know, right there, the little... But, yeah, there's a couple of them there that you don't know what the hell they are, but, well, that's this case. Hopefully you've gotten a better idea of what this case is about than what some other videos have shown. You know, I don't usually do too many reviews on cases, but I was kind of bored today, and this was one that I will be doing a build in. And I just wanted to give people a look at it before I did anything with it, because I actually might end up painting this one. And I just kind of wanted to let people see what it looks like before it gets all painted up and prettied up and all the other shit that I like to do to computers. So let me pop this on. Think I can do it one-handed? Is that how good this case is, that you can do something one-handed? Maybe. Huh, maybe not. I could almost do this one-handed. But, yeah. Oh, I can do it one-handed. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. It just pops on real easy. So easy. But there it is, people. The Cougar turret mesh. And the glass is sitting in the box here. Let me grab that real quick. Let's see if I can do this one-handed as well. This side glass, let me flip this around here, has got an actual side to it. See it? That screws in. So that kind of makes putting it on there a little bit easier. You just line it up. Trying this one-handed. Well, I ain't gonna put it on there because I'm doing this one-handed, but as you can see, it goes on there fairly simple. So this is a pretty decent case that it seems like to be working with here. Hold on, let me put this down so I don't break anything. All right, but that's a rundown of the Cougar turret mesh. Now it also comes in a different variety too. There's one with like a glass. It's either acrylic or glass. I don't remember. Front. That one looks pretty cool too. But I don't know that I would use it because all you would get is just these little sides for your air coming in. And I'm not really a fan of cases that have all acrylic or glass fronts on them because of that. I like to see airflow going in. But I guess we will see this case again after I build in it, and hopefully I'll get it done this week. I don't know how much time I'm going to have in the week to do a build, and I'm still waiting on a couple things to get here. Definitely not this board, but I might do an AMD build in here. More than likely I'll do an AMD. But all right, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next build. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.